What's going on, gang? SDJB here with another episode of CheleoPower, the real hustle for investing, especially if you are a beginner with a 9 to 5 rat race like most of us. Anyways, this is a quick video of one of our superstars, MDB. I wanted to review. Hey, what's going on with that music in the background? Hold on. There you go. I wanted to do a quick review on the patterns. As you can see, we've been calling this and nailed this. This week we made about 16% on raw stocks. And since the summer, we started playing this when it was around 45-ish. One of our leaders in the chat called it out. That's Rick. And since then, we've been riding this sucker left and right and no mercy for it. But anyways, long story short, congratulations to the gang for killing it again. And let's jump right into it. So MDB, as you can see, the first time we called it that was not the first time, but it was in the 45s. There was showing a nice cup, and we were discussing on, she was writing the 10 SMA and basically following that 1330 rule for option. If you don't know what that is, in short term is basically a bullish signal. When those two SMA cross, you usually hop in short term or first swing. And most of the time it works, depending on volume, depending on many things that we pay attention to. So that being said, a nice move up. Looking at the chart, let's see where you're at. So again, we are, for the most part, we are swing traders. I do a little bit of day trading. But when I'm off, since most of us have work, swing trader is either swing trader or long-term investing. Long-term investing is the way to go. Let's see what we see here. So this is important here because as you can see, if we look at the 10 SMA, she was right. If we look at the weekly chart, she was writing the 10 SMA, and this is a bounce from the 10 SMA. 10 SMA usually. So the 10 SMA is usually the level where institution or people with money, they like to support. So every time it goes down, there is a high probability that it will bounce from that level. All right, probabilities increase at that particular point. So if you can see, the volume there was kind of going crazy, and volume picking up after all this, all that. So the first call was in the 45 multi-day resistance. If she break resistance, it tried to break, it rejected, tried to break it, it rejected. But as you can see, it's coiling. The thinking was this is gonna continue coiling and go past the 45, but we put an alert of if it breaks that 45-ish multi-day resistance, you hop in, and guess what? We did it, and we wrote that puppy up. All right. One thing, guys, that you can do, and very important for swing traders and long-term investors, you do not need to pay attention to the market. You do your homework at night or whatever time suits you. In my case, I do homework at night, and you just review, your charts, and you go and put, if you're using a platform like Thinkorswim, you can use the OCOs, or you can say buy if it hits or if it breaks that 45, and sell, something like if it goes below 42.5, just to say, to follow that ascending triangle. But as you can see here, this is important, guys, because when you do that, you have the flexibility to play the same patterns as the pros, right? As you can see, coiling, multi-day, multi-day, multi-day. You see that, and you see that volume is coming in after, inactivity. You read the earnings report. You don't have to read the entire thing, but basically, Thinkorswim, there is a way that even Finvest.com, it gives you a number here, a value here, and then you can see if the earnings is going up, if they're making revenue or not, or what's going on. So that was the first time we hit her hard, 45. After that, it went up, then it came back down, as you can see. What the heck is going on here? So you can see that it passed our 45 mark. It went up. We took profit. Let it sit. It came back down to this 10 SMA. If you look at the weekly chart, I'll bring it up in a second. And again, once it hits here, that's it. That becomes your buy point. So buy, write it up, buy again, write it up. So basically, religiously, she was following that 10 SMA. And you can see now, big picture, it's coiling, it's contracting a little bit, right? Every one of those arcs are getting tinier. So look at the move, then look at the move, then another move, smaller, then another move, smaller. That means that the price is getting tight, right? Tighter by the minute, and volume is still above average if we look at down here. So yeah, we've been writing this basically for the 10th time already, I think. And this week, it was a nice. Well, it went up. It went up all the way here. Now, when the market got a little crazy for no reason, or basically market acting as a black hole, is dragging everything down. So red market, then we hit again this section here, starts forming a nice support or base. Once she breaks this section here, you know that it's above that trend line. And then all the way up. Resistance level over here. As you can see, go down. Another call was made here by point. And I think this is our last call here. Yep. So, hey, old friend, blah, 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 swing homework. I put it in the swing homework in the chat. Pay attention to it. It was called at 71.58. And again, like I said, it was called around here. Once we see that you get this long candle down, but then you get this kind of bulls, bears, then you get green. That's a confirmation of a nice move. Pick it up here and boom, write it up all the way. So those are the type of patterns that we look for. Jesus, 10 minutes, what the save my life. I can't make short videos. I talk too much, I guess. But if you can see volume picking up right now, above average on green candles, so that's pretty good. And now it becomes resistance, multi-level resistance. So every time she gets here, rejected, here, rejected. So eyes on this break, guys. This is the next resistance zone that we want to be watching. So we already made money writing it from here to here. You can save some, cash some, and if you feel risky, you can try to see what's going on, or you can sell all and hop in once there is a confirmation of breaking this resistance zone. Okay, so that's going to I personally think, based on the volume, that we go past a little bit, but then she does another wave of, maybe not up to this level, but a narrower or shorter wave, healthy one, before taking to the upside. So I'll be stalking it, I'll be watching. I already took my profit. This made my 2 weeks. So it was a nice green candle, and congratulations to the gang. Another one that we wanted to bring up real quick is MRK. MRK, it's been another superstar for us. We've called that sucker many times, and if you look at the chat, that was me calling it a day or two ago, saying, hey, I'm opening a starter position right here, and boom. After that, you can see here that they had FDA news and very good stuff, kind of W pattern. Then it breaks this multi-day resistance. So it broke, and now the thinking is old resistance becomes new support. So around here, it should be holding. So it did hold the, let me see, I think it did the 20 or the 50. So MRK. Yep, so as you can see there, it did old resistance, new support. It broke the multi-level resistance. And then it went back up. We called it around here. Hey, it's holding pretty well. So we issued an alert for buy. Picked it up around here, posted it in the chat in StockTwits, and boom. Back there. So yesterday we put all-time high for like a couple of times. So now this volume, it's above average, pretty good. And lately we've been kind of, above average all of this section. So I'm gonna be watching. I took some profit. I basically took most of my profit, but kept my one share, one contract from basically just writing house money. So since I took my profit, I have a nice cushion to risk going into that resistance zone, which is a nice, it's not that bad. So let's see if we break, maybe go down a little bit and then boom. But if not, if I see it going down, try to go down and test this, I'll definitely go and sell. And since then, let's see. So, yep, there you go. So MRK, nice 116% from my last contract. And again, guys, we are swing traders, so most of the calls in the swing homework take a few days to start working, but that's the way we like it. That's the way I personally like it. I work, and I cannot be paying attention to the market, so I do my homework, try to position myself properly, and let them ride. Before I even go in, I think about a stop loss and a value that I will definitely get the heck out in case the trade goes against me. But for the most part, we are. This is the type of plays that we do. We call them out 1 or 2 days ahead, and you either choose to get in or wait for confirmation, and then you write them suckers up. So MRK long term, I really like it. This is a good company, good products and stuff, and overall, I'll be paying attention to it. So far, it's been paying great. All right, so I think that's it for us today. 16 minutes already. I hope this is helpful. If you think it's helpful, hit the like button and subscribe. And peace out. Until next time, guys.